Hey guys, welcome to the channel and part 2 of Lawrence of Arabia. If you guys missed out on part 1, I'll leave a link up there somewhere to it. Since I'm recording this before watching the movie, I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully I am. Oh, and this part also contains the review, so watch out for that too. Anyways, let's get right into it. But before we do, please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon for instant notifications. I really appreciate it, guys. Lawrence of Arabia, part 2. Let's go!
Come on! Sinai? Yes.
Another desert.
With these, they'll be all right with me.
In Cairo, you will put off these funny clothes. You will wear trousers and tell stories of our quaintness and barbarity.
Oh no. No gold?
Orange slide.
5,000 golden guineas to Auda Abu Tai. In 10 days, I'll be back with the gold.
He said there was gold here. He lied. He is not perfect.
I don't think he ever claimed to be perfect though.
Tomorrow, the finest sheets in the finest room in the finest hotel in Cairo.
The desert itself is so varied. This is a completely different landscape. Oh, he lost his compass. Oh no, it's quicksand! I thought he was actually way too dehydrated and he was dying, but it's actually quicksand. Don't move, dude. It'll only sink further. Oh man, he was just a kid. Barbed wire. They're close to civilization. Incredible. Looks like they've made their way to Cairo, but it was not an easy journey. Come to think of it, half the movie is the journey. He looks so out of place among the British officers.
We want 2 large glasses of lemonade.
Are you off your head?
No. We've taken Aqaba. He likes your lemonade.
You mean the Turks have gone?
They don't even believe him. It's so outrageous.
First, I want a room with a bed with sheets.
Yes, of course.
It's for him.
Knowledge of music, literature.
Jack Hawkins.
Who told you to take Aqaba?
Nobody. Aqaba's linked with Medina.
Man, I wish I knew more about World War I. I know so much about World War II, but I need to know more about the Eastern Front of World War I.
I'm promoting you, Major.
Promotion?
I don't think that's a very good idea.
I didn't ask you. I want you to go back.
I killed 2 people. There was something about it I didn't like.
What then?
I enjoyed it.
What? He enjoyed killing? I didn't see that coming.
In 13 weeks, I can have Arabia in chaos.
You are going back then.
Look at him smiling almost like a mischievous boy.
Arabia's for the Arabs now.
I don't think that's the British agenda though. Everybody's just quiet.
They've only one suspicion. We'll let them drive the Turks out and then move in ourselves.
And judging by British history, I wouldn't be surprised.
Have we any ambition in Arabia, Dryden?
Difficult question, sir.
Yeah, look at the politician answering diplomatically. Of course you do.
I'm going to give you every blessing I can, Major Lawrence, because I know you'll use it.
He's being too nice. I don't know whether that's a good thing for Lawrence or not.
Give them artillery, and you've made them independent.
Then I can't give them artillery, can I?
For you to say so.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. They're going to sabotage him even though his intentions are good. Intermission! I've been told the intermission is about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. The soundtrack, the cinematography, the incredible production, the performances are the strengths of this movie. Whereas the main weakness so far I found is the extremely slow narrative, I'd say. I know it's blasphemy to criticize films that are widely loved, but again, this is what we're here for. My honest opinion, and I have to say the film is a little slow. Ooh, we're starting again.
Where can I find Major Lawrence?
Is that what you have come for?
As a matter of fact, I don't even know why the Arabs and the Turks are fighting in the first place. That's something I have to look up.
We Americans were once a colonial people, and we naturally feel sympathetic to any people.
Right.
Very gratifying.
That's a sentiment.
You know, of course, that we are destroying the Turkish railways.
I do, sir.
Right, the Turkish railways.
Since starting this campaign 4 months ago, we have lost 37 wounded, 156 dead.
You mean?
I mean we leave no wounded for the Turks.
Because the Turks can torture them?
I'm looking for a hero.
Indeed.
Now, I've been sent to find material which will show our people that this war is
Enjoyable.
You want to sensationalize it. Wow! What a shot! Smart idea though, raiding the enemy lines, but I'm sure there are a lot of innocent people killed here too. Oh! Dude, Lawrence isn't even flinching.
It is their payment, Colonel.
Payment. How many men do you think you'll have left? 200? Less. They can only kill me with a golden bullet.
A sense of being a godlike character, feeling invincible. That's not a good sign.
What, in your opinion, do these people hope to gain from this war?
They hope to gain their freedom.
There's one born every minute.
They're going to get it, Mr. Bentley. I'm going to give it to them.
I'm going to give it to them. Dude, it's another ambush. Lawrence is going insane. I mean, that's the point of the war in the first place, but you know what I mean. Incredible stuntman. This is so dangerous. Putting that aside, holy crap, so many horses.
Tell Allenby to hurry up, or we'll be in Dara before he's in Jerusalem.
What an old school way to check if there are any trains coming. Because if there are any trains, they can probably hear the vibration from miles.
Detonator?
Dude, he lost it. It's probably down his pants.
Farage!
Oh no! The detonator exploded.
If they take him alive, you know what they will do to him.
Daoud will be angry with you.
Salute him for me.
At least he took no pleasure in that. He looked visibly distressed, Lawrence. I mean, he's not a full-blown psychopath, is what I'm trying to say.
Do you think he's gone native, Harry?
No.
They're offering £20,000 for him.
That's a small fortune, £20,000. Can't believe Ali is still with him, sticking around.
Who will come with me into Dara?
Dara is garrisoned. Will you take 20 against 2,000 for the English generals?
Rumor.
That is not an argument. Can you pass for an Arab in an Arab town?
Yes.
I have to admit, Peter O'Toole is insane in this, as this character. I definitely have to watch his other films.
Ibji. Yalla!
Yalla. That means hurry up in Arabic.
You have blue eyes. Are you Circassian? You are a deserter.
No, Effendi.
Yes, you are a deserter. Your skin is very fair.
I mean, doesn't the blonde hair give it away? He's not even making a sound.
Better?
Much better. I'm going, Ali. That's me. What color is it?
Have you no care for them?
Trust your own people and let me go back to mine.
Looks like his adventure is finally coming to an end. Oh man, look at him in his old British uniform.
Lawrence. Or is it Major Lawrence?
I've told you, sir, no such treaty exists.
Yes, General, you have lied most bravely, but not convincingly.
Mr. Sykes and Mr. Pico met, and they agreed that after the war, France and England should share the Turkish Empire, including Arabia.
You're an important part of the big push.
I don't want to be part of your big push.
Look at his fists.
I just want my ration of common humanity.
Oh, he's bleeding through the stitches.
Tell me what happened.
Nothing at all.
Is the man in trouble?
I expect so.
Always walking away, aren't you?
Like a sniveling snake.
You're the most extraordinary man I ever met.
They won't be coming for money, not the best of them. They'll be coming for Damascus.
The best of them won't come for money.
They'll come for glory.
They'll come for me.
Oh, they'll come for me. Talk about an ego. Even when he's beaten down, his ego relented a little, but it's back. It's back, baby.
What did the English general do to him in Jerusalem? He told me to gather the Harith here. He offered me money.
Did you take it?
No. Many did.
Well, money talks.
You have bought these things.
I bought half the men here, Ali.
Look at the number of extras in this one scene. There are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So much depth.
Pound them, Charlie. Pound them.
It's a massacre. Who killed him? Was it the Turks or was it Lawrence's army?
No prisoners.
Go round. Damascus, Lawrence.
This was Talal's village.
Ah, it's personal for him. Well, he's gonna die. Charging alone.
No prisoners! No prisoners!
Oh no, they're actually going for it. Even Ali. He's horrified. Yeah, I think Lawrence is almost enjoying himself. Amazing performance by O'Toole.
Enough! Enough! Make them stop!
Crazy. No prisoners. Everybody is dead.
Surely you know the Arabs are a barbarous people. Barbarous and cruel.
Oh, he's mocking Lawrence.
They call themselves the Arab National Council, and they're in the town hall.
Oh, that's not something the British will like.
What do you think we should do about it?
Well, get them out of it, sir. Quick time.
Dude, I think the British is letting the tribes fight it out for themselves, and it's causing more chaos.
They will not work because they are given no electricity.
Then we need the English engineers.
No! Take English engineers and you take English government.
He's trying to unite the tribes, but it's clearly not working out.
They're leaving, sir.
That's it then.
The tribes are just going their own way. Everything failed.
I should stay here and learn politics.
That's a very low occupation.
I had no thought of it when I met you.
You've alienated your friends, Lawrence. Oh, a little respect there.
I'll tell thee what though. Being an Arab will be thornier than you suppose. Harith!
We did what we could in the civic hospital.
But you forgot the Turkish military hospital.
There is no water or electricity.
You filthy little wolf!
I mean, the movie explained the how, where, when, but not the why.
You're promoted colonel.
Yes.
Another promotion.
The powerhouse, the telephone exchange, these I concede. The pumping plant I must retain.
He's negotiating.
May I shake your hand, sir?
Was it the man from the beginning of the movie who claimed to have shaken his hand once? Nice callback.
The world is delighted at the picture
Lawrence
of
of
Damascus liberated by the Arab army.
I think Lawrence is finally heading home. And he sees a bike going by. Is this how he got inspired to start writing and that led to his eventual death in an accident? The end. That was a masterpiece of a film. we'll talk about it. Holy crap, what a movie. Okay, I took some time in collecting my thoughts. First off, what an epic movie. It's definitely an all-time classic, no doubts there. I really need to watch more David Lean movies because he directed the heck out of this. And I'd considered the other strengths of the film to be the sheer size of the production, the incredible score, the performances, especially by O'Toole, the locations, sets, costumes, the score, and the cinematography. I don't think this film has any outright weaknesses to speak of, but I have to say I have two minor criticisms. One, considering the pacing for a modern film for modern audiences, I'd say this movie was a little slow. Keep in mind, I have watched both Lord of the Rings and other 4-hour films on the channel. I have reviewed them, so I don't say that lightly. And two, the story post-intermission was a little hard to follow. I think this is because so many different places were named and introduced, but I don't believe there was any context provided for it. Maybe it's my shortcoming as I don't know too much about the Middle Eastern side of the First World War, but I didn't understand why a few things were happening, why they were attacking certain places, why they were going towards Jerusalem and stuff, why the Arabs and the Turks were fighting in the first place. I mean, I saw what was happening and I understood that, but I don't know why it was happening in the grand scheme of things, if that makes any sense. Anyways, let's start with the directing by David Lean and the script by Robert Bolt and Michael Wilson. The story here was easy to follow, pretty easy to follow for the first 2/3 of the movie. The writer and director take a lot of time in introducing us to Lawrence's character and the situation he was in. I felt like Lawrence was the most complex character in the entire movie, and he had a fantastic and well-written character arc of his own. I don't know how well it was adapted for screen or if the real Lawrence was like his big screen counterpart, but I have to say that Peter O'Toole was amazing in this role. Almost transformative, I'd say. In the beginning, his character was shown as a smart, quick-witted maverick with a sense of adventure. He was looking to have fun in the desert. But by the end, he became disillusioned, egotistical, almost like a villain. Actually, no, I wouldn't go that far. At the very least, he was an anti-hero character. This change was expertly portrayed by Peter O'Toole. Everything from his physical performance to the nuances in his facial expressions were so very convincing. It also helped that his eyes were stark blue. The way he conveyed emotions only through his eyes was just mesmerizing. The rest of the cast included Alec Guinness, Jack Hawkins, Anthony Quinn, and Omar Sharif, among others. I didn't have a single complaint about any of their acting chops here. Maybe Alec Guinness's Arab accent was a little questionable, but it's quickly forgotten when you're in the thick of the film, in the thick of the action. Two small characters I really wanted to give a shout out to were the two boys serving under Lawrence, who I thought were a nuisance at the beginning. I thought they were like mere thieves, but I was heartbroken how they died. You know, like one of them drowned in quicksand, the other one was mercy killed by Lawrence. Oh man, they were barely kids. And another thing I have to mention that I noticed was that the fact that there were no women in the entire movie. There were some women in the background, but I don't believe they even had a single line of dialogue anywhere. That's strange. That's very rare. The last film I've seen with almost no women in it was probably 12 Angry Men. I get it. I guess it was the Middle East more than 100 years ago, but I'm sure if I traveled there now, I'd definitely see more than what they showed, right? Please let me know if you agreed with me here. I have to question the historical accuracy of the movie though. From the credits, I saw that it was based on a book by Lawrence himself. That's interesting. Please let me know if there's an actual documentary on the real Lawrence. That's something I'd be really interested in. The film ends on quite a sad note. Despite so much killing and sacrifice made by Lawrence in trying to unite the Arab tribes, he ultimately fails as they bicker amongst each other. This was taken advantage of by the British and French, I'm assuming, as they slowly replaced the Turks who were driven out by the help of Lawrence. As for the criticisms I mentioned earlier, I did feel like the movie was a little too slow at times. The director chose to hold a lot of shots for well over a minute or two as the character moved on screen. And although that's pretty impressive technically and it's eye candy, we get to see more of the production. I mean, it did slow down the film, in my opinion. I get why the desert scenes were slow. It was to show the harshness and difficulty of traveling through the Arab landscape. But I feel like over 15, 20, or even 25 minutes of the film could have been cut from the runtime without any consequence to the main story. Maybe there is a little bias from my end. I have to acknowledge that. I am, again, technically a millennial, and we do have infamously short attention spans, but I have to remind you that I have watched plenty of 4-hour films before, and this one felt a little slower compared to the others. The other thing is even more minor. It's the fact that so many different places were mentioned, but I had no idea where some of these places were physically located at, how far they were, or what they meant. So a map or even more dialogue explaining that would have given me a better frame of reference, if that makes any sense. That's all my criticisms though. Moving on to the cinematography, which was among the best I've ever seen easily. I feel like I've seen the look of this movie copied several times by other directors over the years. Inspired is a better word, I guess. It was simply breathtaking seeing the desert vistas, the desolate landscape, and the hardship faced by these natives of the land. The desert itself was a character in the movie, and I love the fact that we didn't only get one side of the desert that we traditionally associate with the desert, the sands, but we also saw the mountains and the snow and the cold. That was an excellent creative choice. We also saw cities and makeshift camps. The location scouting of this movie was incredible. I wonder where they shot most of the stuff. Do let me know, or please point me towards a making of documentary of this movie. I had no complaints with the editing either. It was slow and deliberate, and the use of creative transitions helped in holding my attention. The score of the movie was amazing. Another highlight for me. It was unique but also familiar. I've definitely heard it before, the main motif I mean, and I'm not surprised since it's a very famous movie. It was probably used many times over in the past, 6 decades now. Aside from the score, the actual production of the film was probably the most impressive aspect for me. The props look real, the scale of the extras, the depth of the sets, each of their costumes, their makeup, it was all so convincing. The set design itself and the attention to detail is something to be marveled at, to be studied. I'd go as far as to say. Even the stunt work and the coordination needed to make sense of so many different animals and moving pieces in a single frame, that must have been insanely difficult to coordinate. I have nothing but the highest praise for the production team here. As I have mentioned my criticisms already, overall, Lawrence of Arabia was a once-in-a-lifetime film, an instant classic that I will not forget. Putting the length of the film aside for a second, it was a visual feast for my eyes. It was eargasmic for my ears. The score, the direction by David Lean was excellent. The performances by the entire cast, especially O'Toole, they were top tier. The production design was among the best I've ever seen. I only wish I knew more about World War I so I could enjoy this classic even more. In my first viewing, But I digress. This is a film I will be rewatching in the near future, especially after learning more. After watching a couple of documentaries on it, I'll probably appreciate it even more. It's an easy recommendation for anyone and everyone. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider me a Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.